Algebra 2, welcome to day 3 of the Quadratic Formula playlist. Today you will be doing an EdPuzzle practice, a you do, we do. You're going to spend some time answering a question, and then we'll do it together. Be ready to have your notes open to pages 48 to 51 so you can look at your notes. Scratch paper out to do all of these problems. Something to write with, because otherwise what is scratch paper without a writing utensil? And Desmos open so you can simplify what's under the radical without making any silly mistakes. So, this video is going to pause so you can get everything ready. All right, you got everything ready to go. You are ready to kill this? Let's get it done. First problem. Solve. Using the quadratic equation. We have the equation 0 equals 3x squared minus 8x minus 10. I want you first to tell me what is your A, B, and C value. Awesome. We're masters of finding our A, B, and C values. You are 100% correct. Our A value is 3. Our B value is negative 8. And our C value is negative 10. Awesome, awesome job. Okay, so next, what you're going to do is I want you to take a second, and I want you to substitute in your A, B, and C value into your quadratic function. Quadratic equation. Go. All right, you're going to check. Did you substitute it in correctly? Here's what you should have got. X equals negative 8 plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared. Whoop. Minus 4 times A, which is 3, times C, which is negative 10. All over 2 times your A value. Now, take a second. Did you plug it in correctly? Did you plug in everything exactly like I did? You did? Awesome. Great work. That means we're ready to go. So what should I do next? What's the next thing I should do to simplify and solve this quadratic? If you pulled up Desmos, that's the right thing to do. Let's go to Desmos and let's plug in everything that's highlighted, but we don't need the square root. So let's pull up Desmos, switch it to the other side, and let's plug it in. So plug in negative 8 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 10 into Desmos. What did you get? Well, let's find out. Did you get it correct? Negative 8 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 10. Ooh, it's going off the page a little bit. When you plug all of these in, you should have gotten 184. Is that what you got? Negative 184. So we have x equals negative times negative 8, positive 8, plus or minus the square root of 184 all over 2 times 3, which is 6. 184 when I plugged it in. All right, so we've plugged everything in. We've simplified. What are our next steps? What are our next steps? You're right. We need to simplify our square root. So we need to make a big list of perfect squares. We have 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64. Oh, we're still going. 81, 100, 121, 144. And I think we're good to stop right there. Okay, we have to figure out what is the largest perfect square I can divide 184 by. So go check. In my list, starting from 144 and working your way down, what is the largest perfect square I can divide 184 by? Well, let's try it together. 184 divided by What can we divide it by? I'm checking my numbers. You are 100% right if you said that 4 is the largest perfect square we can divide out. Did I really make you go through this entire list? Yes, I did. So let's break down. The square root of 184 can be broken down into the square root of 4 times 46, which breaks down even farther into the square root of 4 times the square root of 46, which is 2 square root 46. Okay, let's substitute that back in. So we have x equals 8 plus or minus 2 times the square root of 46 over 6. Okay, but we're not done yet because if you remember, we need to simplify and reduce any fractions if we can. Sometimes you can't. So let's see. Here are my numbers, 8, 6, and 2. What can I pull out of an 8, 6, and a 2? You're right, I can pull out a 2. So let's divide everything by 2. I have x equals 8 divided by 2 is 4. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And I have something extra. I don't actually need this 1. And we are finished. X equals 4 plus or minus the square root of 46 all over 3. And we have solved this quadratic using the quadratic equation. Quadratic formula. All right, make sure you have this all copied down. Make sure you've answered the questions because here we go. Get some room on your scratch paper. Here is number 2. All right, you've copied down number 2. 2x squared plus x minus 3. Okay, I'm going to give you some time. I want you to go work your way all the way through the problem all on your own. Can you do it? I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to ask you a multiple choice answer. Did you get it correct? All right, so you finished the whole problem. It is now time for you to check your answers. First, let's figure out what was A? It was 2. What was B? It was 1. And C? -3. Perfect. We have our A, B, and C, which leaves us to plugging everything into the quadratic formula. I have x equals negative parentheses plus or minus the square root parentheses squared minus 4 parentheses parentheses all over 2a, 2 parentheses. So let's plug everything in. 1 is our B value, so let's put our 1's in. Our A value was 2, so let's put our 2's in. And our C value is -3, let's put our -3 in. Awesome, 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 which now you know it's our favorite part. We get to use Desmos to do it for us. So let's plug in everything that's under the square root right into Desmos. We have 1 squared -4 times 2 times -3. When you plug all of that in, you're right. We get 25. So let's substitute that in. So we have x equals a negative times a 1, -1. Plus or minus, we said the square root of 25 all over 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay, you know what to do. We got to simplify. Square root of 25, and we lucked out because the square root of 25 is easy. 5 times 5 is 25. So we have x equals -1 plus or minus 5 all over 4. Okay, let's ask, can we divide anything out in -1, 4, and 5? We can't. So let's do this. We can go even farther. Even farther. -1 plus 5 over 4. And we have negative 1 minus 5 over 4. Well, this, negative 1 plus 5 is 4 over 4. Negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6 over 4. Well, one of these is easy peasy. We know that this is 1. 4 over 4 is 1. Negative 6 over 4, oh no, a fraction. Let's pull up Desmos and have it simplify our fraction for us. Negative 6 over 4. Click your fraction button. It's negative 2 over 3. Negative 2 over 3. Is this what you got? Did you use the quadratic formula and get 1 and negative 2 over 3? If you did, awesome job. Make sure you have all of this done. We have one more question we're going to do. All right, number 3, solve using the quadratic equation. Get this all copied down. All right, you're all copied down. I want you to get through the entire problem again. Work through all of your steps. Find your a, b, and c. Plug it into the quadratic. Simplify your square root. And give me a nice simplified answer. All right, so you've done it. You've done the whole problem. Great work. You've made it through. Let's see how we're doing. Let's find our a, b, and c. A is 2. B is 4. And c is negative 5. After that, we're ready. Let's plug it into our quadratic formula. Are you learning it? Do you know it by heart now? So we have negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. Plug in our values. My b's are 4's. My a value is 2. And my c value is negative 5. Is this what you got? I hope so. Hopefully you're following along your problem. Okay, from here, it's time to let Desmos do the hard stuff. Simplify everything underneath that square root so we can get that junk out of here. So, let's do it. 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 5 all simplifies to 56. 56. Is that what you got when you plugged it into Desmos? 56? So, let's write it out. We have x equals negative times 4, negative 4, plus or minus the square root of 56, all over 2 times 2, which is 4. Now it's time to simplify our square root. So next, you should have simplified the square root of 56. So let's make our list. 4, 16. Ooh, I missed one. How could I leave 9 out? 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, and we can stop. We don't want to go over 56. So let's try. 56 divided by 49 gives you an icky, nasty decimal. 56 divided by 36 would have given you an icky, nasty decimal. Same with 25. Yuck, that's gross. What about 16? Ew, terrible. Let's try 9. Nope, still bad. Man. How about 4? 4 is the winner. When we divide 56 by 4, I get 14, so let's simplify. Simplify to 4 times 14. Break it into 2 square roots. We know the square root of 4 is 2, so we have 2 square root 14. Okay, so let's rewrite, but instead of 56, square root of 56, let's do 2 square root 14. So we have x equals negative 4 plus or minus 2 times the square root of 14 all over 4. And you're right. What am I thinking? We got to simplify. What can I take out of negative 4, 4, and 2? Well, hopefully you divide it out of 2. So let's do it. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, I have a little extra in here, right? I don't need a 1. That's silly. Here is my problem. Nice and simplified. If I wanted to, could I simplify this even more? What do you think? I could, but it would look a little weird, so we're going to call it there. That is the end of your EdPuzzle Day 3 Quadratic playlist. I hope you did great. Remember, if you struggled at all, please hop into the Google Meet if you're not already in here and get some help. I got lots of problems for you. We can practice, practice, practice. Good luck on Day 4 next time.